What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. Black Myth Wukong has sold over 20 million copies, super popular, and has if you ask most people who've played it, they really love it, and it's one of the first big titles, along with Stellar Blade, that came in, didn't have any at least not any modern day agenda. I guess you could say it might have some CCP stuff, but it is a Chinese mythological game. The most part is, or the bigger takeaway here is that gamers resonated with it, the actual gaming audience, and they were very happy to have a good quality game that just wasn't throwing that modern day in their face. But of course, that means they're going to get ignored by those mainstream awards outlets, or at least not given the full-on due they should be given. We can see here the CEO for Game Science and the developer of Black Myth Wukong was not happy whatsoever with the Game Awards and their selection process for it. So he took to their Chinese social media and he went on a pretty lengthy rant. So this is all translated using their function, but he said, talking about the Game Awards, this award ceremony coincided with the release of a fairly large update. For me personally, this project, which took 7 years, has officially come to an end. The 4 award nominations for Black Myth Wukong, they got Best Game, Best Action Game, Best Art Direction, Best Game Direction, and Game of the Year. I mean, those are pretty good nominations, are all first in China. In the end, I got the Best Action and Player's Voice, especially the Player's Voice, which is gratifying. However, it must be admitted that there are losses, regrets, and more illusions. This year's shortlisted games are all excellent, but I really don't understand what the selection criteria for this games are. I'm here for nothing. From yesterday to now, I have also seen strong dissatisfaction from the remarks of many players, and I have seen unwillingness and unhappiness, mostly expressed in humor and deconstruction, laughing to death. In other words, some of these games did not deserve to be up there next to a Black Myth Wukong. I can fully understand these unwillingnesses and feel these unhappinesses, because I know that behind these emotions, it is not pain and malice, but self-esteem and confidence. Yeah. In other words, people are happy with the game and they're laughing because they know that this is like a farce, that some of these games were getting the awards. Or even there next to it. He'd written an acceptance speech 2 years ago, but was unable to use it. He said, so confident, but not recognized by others. A little temper, very normal. In fact, I am more confident than you. The speech for the annual game stage was written 2 years ago, but it was useless. During the development of this game, many colleagues were not as optimistic as I was. They may have played too many intermediate versions, inevitably feel that the game still has too many flaws, and it is unlikely to go online. One of my main jobs in the company is to constantly reassure them that we have done a good job and that the product has been improving. Yes, you can't be confident only when you've already won. There's not confidence. It's a readying of the results. If you lose today, you may lose tomorrow, but so what? The factors that affect the results are too complex, so the results are necessarily uncertain. The only thing we can be sure of is choosing what we're doing. Do specific things, do difficult things, do what you believe. In doing this, of course, so be confident in all things. I agree. Talking about critics that believe the game is a one-hit wonder. I mean, clearly there's a lot of mythology there you can pull from, especially if you have a solid gameplay focus. Some people say that a team that has never done a standalone game and achieved such results in the first standalone game is a small, basically that it's an accident, and it is difficult to copy in the future. I would like to say that this is not an accident. It is the result of a collision between Chinese culture, Chinese talents, Chinese business environment, Chinese game industry, and the vast number of players all around. The Chinese business involvement is the CCP, but that's just Pepperidge Farm remembers. If we had not seen this necessity early, if we had not seen the necessity of needing a based game amongst the sea of modern audiences, Game Science has the honor to participate in and witness the beginning of this trend. I believe that there will be more colleagues in the future to bring better, more interesting, and more confident Chinese stories to the world. There is a saying that almost everyone knows, but many people don't know the words from Journey to the West. There's nothing in the world that is difficult for those who set their minds to it. I think we have something a little different. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, something like that. So you get the idea. He talks about game science. Why is it called game science? When we decided to use mathematics, physics, and the basic science and engineering derived from it to analyze and solve specific problems, do not engage in metaphysics, do not engage in deification, and do not take the results as the cause, we can truly look at this complex world and see those who are far ahead. Where is the opponent? If someone doesn't ask specific questions, doesn't talk about arguments and logic, but asserts that something is very difficult and deep, you should probably test him for partial and differentials. Science is not truth, and science seeks truth from facts. Well, bless him. So I think you get the idea. Basically, it seems like his main rub was that Black Myth Wukong was developed with love for the Chinese culture and the CCP and video games, and just giving a based normal game in a sea of modern audiences. And it's not an accident. It was done with love and care, and it could be done again, probably will be. And clearly these sales are showing it. And yeah, the Game Awards, a bit of a joke for some of the people that were up there, but whatever. Either way, you know what's going on here. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.